Hello. Oh, scary stuff. Hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action with this scary guy right here, Vorinclex. There's been a couple different versions of Vorinclex over the years, but in big Stampede dinos. This one in particular transforms into the Grand Evolution. I'm thinking this could be Grand Stampede Dinos. Dinosaur Evolution. Of course, it has evolved over the weeks and months that I've been playing this deck. Definitely my favorite way to play dinos in Pioneer or Explorer, although I don't get too much time to play Pioneer. I am looking forward to doing it in paper. Oh, it's going to be a doozy, a stunner. Absolutely. Nope, that's not myself. Okay. I thought I had the webcams. Nope, going a little bit low. Bear with me 1 second. I really could figure out some sort of transition. Oh, that's still too big. Okay. Oh. I think that's going to be about right. Right below the power and toughness. Oh, a little bit bigger. Okay. Fired up. Ready to go. This is going to be lovely. Okay, the big changes. The biggest changes. Vorinclex, 4 copies. We'll get into it. We'll get into exactly why I like 4 copies, and I think it makes sense. But Vorinclex instead of Ulvenwald Hydra. You can imagine, it's pretty nice. Ulvenwald for 6 enters. We search for our land. It could be that sunken citadel. Whatever we need. Oftentimes Ulvenwald really just increases the consistency. But I was running into a lot of cases, and this goes back to another pairing I had tried before this deck became what it is, before I trimmed all those early creatures. I had Topiary Stomper, Thunderherd Migration, a lot of ramping, potentially, and I think it was also using Sylvan Scrying in those mixtures, but I kept running into being flooded, having so many lands, having things that just grabbed lands. Maybe they were a creature, maybe they were not, but what I'm getting at, it wasn't anything impactful. Too often I was just left with, I grabbed another land and I played it, and it felt quite painful indeed. Oftentimes with Ulvenwald, I don't need that land usually. Vorinclex, quite similar to Ulvenwald. It doesn't put the lands on the battlefield, but it has reach, like Ulvenwald does. It's a 6/6. Now Ulvenwald could be a little bit bigger at times, depending how many lands I've got out. But Vorinclex with the trample as well, which Ulvenwald does not have. And even though Ulvenwald Hydra potentially could put that second sunken citadel onto the battlefield, that's very nice. Oftentimes it's not needed, and that's really mostly impactful. The greatest thing you can do with that is Ulvenwald Hydra on turn 4 with sunken 2 lands in Castle Garenbrig. You grab the second sunken, and now all of a sudden you're able to make 8 mana on turn 5, which you would hopefully go with Ghalta. That is a pretty big jump, but it doesn't always happen. The opponent might discard Ghalta with Thoughtseize, which pretty much every deck I've faced today, overall, has been something involving black. A lot of Vein Ripper, which is going to be kind of rough as well. That's kind of what I got. Hornet Queen there. But going back to Vorinclex, it's nice. I grabbed 2 lands. Ulvenwald, even though it grabs the land and puts it onto the battlefield, it is just 1. Vorinclex with the 2, we should be, safe to eventually get to 8 mana. If I can spend 6, I can't kind of make 5. It's pretty awkward. Turn 4, I would make 6 with Castle Garenbrig. I would use all but 1 for Vorinclex, but that's fine. I'm still casting Vorinclex a turn sooner, which, that's good. But then its ability as well. Paying 8, a creature with an activated ability, and what can you use the mana on for an activated ability? Castle Garenbrig, creatures, or activated abilities of creatures. Lovely stuff. I think people forget that fact. So this is a thing I'm just naturally doing to cast the big creatures, so I think it makes sense to have a creature with an absolutely perfect activated ability for this particular deck. But also the 2 lands. Forest cards, we can grab a commercial district, underground mortuary, that sort of thing. Dual land, a tri-land, a triome. which is nice. We pull 2 things out of the library, and then, you know, it increases the chance of seeing something that isn't a land. A very slim chance, but it's not a 0% chance. And then, when we activate Vorinclex, I would imagine oftentimes when it does the first mode there, mill 10 cards, put up to 2 creatures from among the milled cards onto the battlefield. If I haven't seen Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant by the time I do that, I have to imagine often Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant is going to be part of those 10. But even if it's not, keep in mind, sometimes you could hit a land or elf very, well, not so impactful cards, but when every card, every creature you can hit is fantastic. When it starts off with Palani's Hatcher as the baseline, or Regisaur Alpha, that's lovely. And then maybe I hit 2 Hornet Queens. That's pretty good. Now I've got a swarm of 10 flying Death Touchers. I love it. Nobody is attacking into that. If you have a sweeper, fine. You lose your stuff, I lose the Hornet Queen, boom. We still have Vorinclex. But also, with the next mode, the second one, it's not super impactful. I mean, putting 7 counters on a creature is quite nice. Punch through a bit of damage. It's not the flashiest thing, but we get to the third one. That is quite nice indeed. Removal. Lovely, lovely removal. Until the end of your turn, creatures you control gain pay 1. This creature fights target creature you don't control. You exile it, return it, so this gets exiled, returned as a Vorinclex, and then you get 2 more lands, although that's going to run out pretty quick. And it could get into a sticky situation because opponents with Field of Ruin, it's a very real possibility, destroying my non-basics, making me grab the forests, and only have 2 underground and 1 commercial. There is only 6 lands in the deck that have the forest type, so Vorinclex, you know, possibly grabbing 2. I might not grab any just in case. Consider if there is only forests left in the deck, I might want to leave them there for an eventual Field of Ruin from the opponent. I certainly want to replace a land whenever it is destroyed. Although sometimes I have more than enough lands, a Field of Ruin does basically nothing by that point. Yeah. But when all our creatures can fight, if I have the Hornet Queen, when you have a creature with Death Touch and it can pay 1 to fight something, it means it trades. For 1, you destroy creature, any creature, no matter how big, this thing stings it. Boom. I think that's fantastic. I already love Hornet Queen. Hornet Queen oftentimes is the all-star, stopping many opponents from attacking into me. So now that I add the potential of extra stinging Death Touch, a swarm, decimating everything. Love it. But just more interaction, having it with this. And then if Vorinclex with that first part, mailing 10 cards, I could see another Vorinclex, which is perfectly reasonable. I get 2 more lands. While this sits as the Grand Evolution and I have a Vorinclex out, maybe the next turn I transform the second Vorinclex, and then I have 2 Grand Evolutions. One's gone to the 2. You get the idea. The Grand Evolution is not a legendary permanent. That's what I'm trying to get at. So mix and match multiple Vorinclexes. If the Grand Evolution was a legendary enchantment, I don't think I would have 4 copies, but because it's not, you just keep cycling through everything. I would imagine the opponent is long dead before that, but because Vorinclex can be so absolutely impactful, and I feel like pretty perfect for what I'm trying to achieve here, that's why I want lots of copies. I want to see it as often as possible, kind of like Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant, because if you play this deck, you're going to run into moment after moment. If you only had a Ghalta, or if you drew it, you would win on the spot. You have a bunch of creatures, the opponent takes you down to 3 or 4, you're hoping to top deck Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, and you don't, unfortunately, and then they kill you. But if you had, you'd be able to play this, dumping your entire hand, attacking with hasty damage. Whew. JDX, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. That is good. Spring cleaning, New Year's resolution, potentially. There's something about the snow melting and everything warming up. Absolutely. Okay, good stuff. Hey, as long as you enjoy doing what you're doing, I certainly enjoy this, and it's always nice to lend a hand, whether it's recording little bits or music. If anybody's wondering, it's in the Discord. We share some tunes back and forth, and I've recorded for JDX there. If you haven't joined the Discord, definitely do so. Link is always in the description, as well as this list, although it is a little bit different. I made some last minute changes there with the Hornet Queen. Okay. I always wondered about that. Freestyles, true freestyles. I'm sure some people are truly freestyling when they do radio shows and you see the video of that rapper doing it. Juice WRLD, I believe, was pretty fantastic with freestyles. Maybe it was completely written, I'm not too sure, but I've watched a couple videos of Juice WRLD and he seemed pretty good. Yeah. But otherwise, sideboard changes. Gruul Spellbreaker. This is in for the Vein Ripper matchup whenever we face it, because I do expect it. On our turn, the most important turn, we have Hexproof. The Vein Ripper, the ability, whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 2 life. They gain 2. No, that's not happening. If they can't target us, the Vein Ripper's ability there does nothing. So we don't lose all that health. Not a problem. I think it should be quite reasonable. It's in the colors. It's a creature. I might as well give it a try. An Earthshaker Dreadmaw. Hey, I want more card draw. If there's a matchup where the Hornet Queen isn't super duper helpful, well, it's not healthy to be stung by Death Touchers, but Earthshaker Dreadmaw would come in, get me some more card draw if I don't need the potential stalling of this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I say we jump into it. We see how many Rakdos Vampires or Grixis or Golgari Vampires we face tonight. Ooh, that's not fun. Oh, hey, that's good. I think it's good to be passionate about doing it some way, and that's a true artist, seeing unresolved. Now, you make me want to write my own raps. Maybe I should try that sometime. I've always liked the idea of rapping. Maybe we'll do a collaboration at some point. I have to listen to some more MF Doom. Maybe I'll Rap God by Eminem, and I'll do it just as good and just as fast. You never know. Okay. Well, we'll see. This hand, of course, just literally got perfect. We had a sunken. Well, we drew a sunken, so Sylvan to grab Castle Garenbrig. Mono white humans, though, is going to be maybe a little bit difficult. We'll see. Should be alright, though. We get Carnage Tyrant on turn 4, so it wasn't looking good, but it's definitely looking good. Needing real features. Okay. I don't know what I would rap about, but I do like coming up with rhymes, words, and coming up with an overall idea. Usually works out. Pretty good. But when an aggressive deck like Mono White Humans is on the play, it's definitely going to be pretty rough for this. Sylvan's crying, though. I mean, if we're not dead next turn, we'll use the second one to grab a second sunken. Now we can make 7 next turn, which the Hornet Queen might be an all-star. If they can't take us out, the Hornet Queen could be the deciding thing. They're not attacking into that. Absolutely. Yeah, you gotta rap about what you like. Maybe, unless you've sold your soul and then you're kind of forced into doing things, something like that. It would. But like I said, look at the Hornet Queen. Oh, Oh, what is about to happen? What is something that humans don't have often? Trample. I like my chances. We're at 4. But now they simply don't attack into 5 Death Touchers. There you go. Maybe they can deal with 1, but at the very least I still have 4 left behind. Yeah. Oh shoot, what you gonna do? I'm just pleasantly surprised that the Hornet Queen is stinging so early. Just like my raps would sting as they ring through your ears. Have no fears. Raise a glass and cheers. Maybe it's gonna be some beers. There's something there. It's not nothing. It's pretty cool. 4 1/1s, they don't do anything. And now, what's about to happen, folks? Are they about to die? Pretty much. Ghalta, Stampede Tyrant, boom. Regisaur, Carnage. That's pretty decent. Are they dead? Mostly dead. I'll do Ghalta and Carnage Tyrant just because I'm still a little bit worried they could have something painful. Brave the elements, make them all unblockable. Protection from green would be mean. Ossification, not the end of the world. We still got 5 blockers. We're not dead yet. Two ossifications is not quite enough. Is enough. I knew it. I knew I should have waited. That's too bad. But the Hornet Queen did what it needed to do. If I was on the play, I would have absolutely decimated him. 100%. Your first official battle rap. Huh. Okay. Alright. Huh. I always loved battle rapping and all that good stuff, but the culling ritual is definitely good stuff. I would think. I will trim an Archdruid's Charm, which I forgot to mention. I brought in a single copy. Yeah, Hornet Queen is nice, but I think culling ritual is going to be better, hopefully. Yeah, that double ossification, painful stuff. That is an absolute keeper. 2 lands, not the best lands. One of them is Castle Garenbrig, but seeing that culling ritual, I think that's perfectly reasonable. If we see that Sunken Citadel, definitely going to be choosing black whenever it enters. Okay. Hopefully seeing a Sylvan Scrying or a Commune. Or another land. Basically any land. Okay. Thalia turning off Sylvan Scrying. If Up the Beanstalk and Sylvan Scrying were switched, that would be nice. They're certainly choosing Sylvan Scrying, I would imagine. Probably. But hey, they've only played Thalia. It's not the end of the world. It's certainly been quite a bit worse for me. I've come back from worse, but definitely, probably not this. Painful. Okay, yep. No, that's gonna do it. Especially with the flipping. No. Yeah. They were able to give all their creatures hexproof and indestructible after that had flipped, and they get bigger and bigger with 1/1 counters, putting a 1/1 counter on each creature that attacked that turn. Still hadn't seen my 3rd land. No, I'm quite certain that wasn't going to happen. Nuts. Darn. Speaking of nuts. That's alright. We'll move on. Maybe if it was perhaps one of my better matchups. Something like Azorius Control. I know I can snatch things out of nowhere, but that gets away from you pretty quick sometimes, and it can be pretty clear when things are likely over. And I want to, move through things a little bit quicker. Actually, it's not too late. I'm just happy I started fairly early, more when I regularly start. Pooty. We've faced Pooty before. Okay. Mono black discard, I believe something black related. That hand is not going to do it with the Sylvan Scrying and the Cavernous Souls. And it's basically the same hand when I mulliganed. There is a chance of that happening, and it's the same hand. Not exactly, but Cavern, Regisaur, Sylvan, Cavern. I would like to look up the statistical probability of this happening. I would imagine it's pretty low, but it's not 0.
Dang! Oh!
They're really scratching their head. Maybe they remember what I'm on. They know they need a bit of removal or some Thoughtseize right away to start things off. Something like that. Probably. Or I've beat them a bunch of times. I don't remember. I think maybe we're even. But I'm pretty sure it's mono black discard. Okay. Oh well, we finally got to something. But if they do have Thoughtseize, this doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? I'm going to get rid of all the stuff that Thoughtseize could discard. Boom. That's what it's all about. Really, it could be Underground Mortuary first. See, if it is what I think it is, might as well keep the Regisaur out of there. Doesn't make a lot of sense. What is not in my hands? Nothing. You got nothing. If we draw Castle Garenbrig, we would be able to make 6, possibly 7. It would be able to make 7. That's okay by me. I just love that, though. I've done that a few times. Hey, it could be bad, but if you only have stuff that stays no matter what, they just paid 1 black to reveal my hand, and they lose 2 life. It's not the worst thing in the world. Try and make the bad situation better, as good as possible. Castle. Say it with me. I can't play Tyrranax Rex next turn, but eventually I would be able to. Once they get around to doing something. Putting me to sleep, my goodness. I should have a sleeping clip.
This is a load of barnacles.
I guess that kind of fits. We're waiting. It's a load of barnacles. I could reasonably see a Commune with Dinosaurs or a Sylvan Scrying, which would likely get me the castle. Sylvan Scrying would get me Castle Garenbrig, but also because I haven't seen a castle yet. After a few turns of drawing, there is a pretty good chance when maybe up the beanstalk will get it, but it also might be a sunken. We'll wait, just in case that is what it is. Castle. You can do it. Oh! There you go. Eventually, when you say something, it's going to be right, and it's going to be extra good when it's live. Hopefully they don't have Thoughtseize. I imagine they got some more discard coming in hot. Liliana of the Veil. Yes, it is Waste Not. Okay. I was about to do a good thing. But hey, I can play basically any creature now, which is quite nice indeed. A Hornet Queen. I might enjoy a good Hornet Queen. Stop the Graveyard Trespasser, all of their stuff from attacking. That would be quite devastating. Buy myself a little bit of time there. we just sit, kill him. That'd be nice. Ooh. Up the Beanstalk, though, could be a little bit rough. Playing a big creature, drawing a card that would have a card left in hand. With Waste Not, whenever we discard, they get a thing based on the type of card that was discarded. So if you have nothing in your hand, it kind of hurts this particular deck. But I think it should be okay. If we draw Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, we could cast it, draw a card off up the Beanstalk. It might be, it might be a creature that gives us haste or that sort of thing. Oh boy. Okay, don't exactly need that. Yeah. Well, it's got to be some creature. I would imagine with 2 up the Beanstalks, drawing 1 card now, another card next turn. Something. Every single creature in the deck draws a card off of up the Beanstalk. It's all a mana value 5 or greater at this point. That wasn't always the case. It was some... Okay. That's... Hey. Now whenever I cast any of my creatures, I draw 3 cards. I better not be flooded. Again, 18 lands. You gotta think. There's a very good chance that it's going to be a creature coming up. But... we'll see. I don't need any lands at this point. I can play anything other than Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, so hopefully it's not that. Oh boy. Really what they should have done is save the mana, use it for Field of Ruin to take out Castle Garenbrig. That would have been the best slowing down potential. Whoa boy, here you go. Thank you. Bing bang boom. Okay. Oh, ooh, fired up. It's all good. Hopefully we don't have to discard all of that. At the very least, I should be left with one of those. And we just beat him up. Beat him up good. You missed your window, bud. Too late. Oops. I love it when that happens. We can't, unfortunately, play anything else now, but hey, we got the Carnage. Okay, we lost this, as it often happens. Sheoldred's Edict certainly packs a punch. Castle Garenbrig next turn. Let's do it. There is 3 left in the deck, or a Sylvan Scrying. That would be good. Would be perfect. I hope. If we got Sylvan Scrying, we could throw a Sunken Citadel is not nothing. At least I will be able to play Carnage Tyrant next turn. That's... Oh, never mind, I'm dead. What? Okay, well. We almost got it done. If we could have stuck that darn Hornet Queen. Now the question becomes against mono black Waste Not. I haven't always used Culling Ritual, but I do like it because Waste Not is a non-land permanent with a mana value 2 or less. Also Maze Mine Tomb, all the zombies. Maybe. You know what, I'll keep it like that. Culling Ritual could be very good, could be not so good, but I still like the Hornet Queen. Bunch of creatures, stop the opponent from attacking. If I have nothing in my hand and the Hornet Queen has landed, they're not going to be making any other zombies. I don't think they would attack into that swarm. So I think it could be quite helpful. And also just having a bunch of creatures with flying, it means I could just go right over to take out a Liliana of the Veil, possibly. That would be good. But still, quite a decent recovery. Okay, that's going a bit downhill. All right, we got it. The perfect hand had the mulligan a little bit there. That's good. That's good. Now the question becomes, I can't go Commune to start. Every single land would enter tapped Cavern of Souls. We can't use the green for Commune. So I'll send Commune to the bottom. And a Tyrranax Rex. commercial district to start. We need a land that is a forest eventually for castle. Vorinclex right there. That is going to be... hey, that's okay. The starting hand represents 6 mana eventually. We will get to, hopefully, that Vorinclex. As long as it's not another Thoughtseize. I would imagine that's probably the case in the mixture. Gonna go with Cavernous Souls. Just to protect the castle. If they had Field of Ruin, maybe the wait. Oh, okay. Well, we're saying goodbye to Vorinclex. Unfortunately. That's too bad. Oh, okay. That's, well, they goofed up. Fortunately, they goofed up. That maybe they have removal, but you can't do that. 6. Let's play it safe. I could grab a forest plus an underground mortuary. At the moment I could make 6, so as long as one of those lands that I grab would enter untapped, that'd be good. But maybe I get a Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, so maybe they play Field of Ruin here. And if they take out a land, that's gonna be painful indeed. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. I'm liking our chances. Oh, this is good stuff. I can't activate its ability yet, but Tyrranax Rex. That's what I'm looking for. Hopefully it's not a Sheoldred's Edict into Sheoldred's Edict. But they didn't get rid of Vorinclex, which is interesting. Maybe they were waiting for me to activate it. Responding to that activation. Bitter Triumph plus Sheoldred's Edict is painful stuff. They don't have it. Whew. Alright. We got a chance here, folks. I like it. I like it indeed. They might have Liliana of the Veil, sadly, but hey. Maybe they don't. They do. They do. Okay. Hopefully I draw another Tyrranax Rex. Well, that's not Tyrranax Rex, but if I see it, I play it, I kill. That is what it's all about. Exactly lethal, and that is why you use all 4. Use all 4. Keep it the same. Keep it the same. Keep in mind, this opponent got rid of the Hornet Queen instead of Vorinclex when I was absolutely certain it would have been Vorinclex. So it kind of makes me feel they're very scared of the potential of Hornet Queen. Do I want to keep this? Not kind of. I'm on the draw, so 2 chances to get to the second land, which I normally would expect to see in an opening hand. 2 lands, but it is a Thoughtseize type deck. If they got rid of Sylvan Scrying, it would be definitely not good. 2 Ghaltas and 2 Ghaltas back to back. Oh, it's not often that, but there you go. So yeah, I should not have kept that first hand. Phew. But I would think Sylvan Scrying. Oh, okay. If they have another Thoughtseize or something, we don't need that Tyrranax Rex. We have to increase the chances of seeing another land. Technically not, because I have Cavernous Souls, but I just wanted to. We've got lots of lovely creatures. We're pretty good, I hope. Maybe I should have brought in that Culling Ritual Commune to start. We're going to see if there's a sunken. Not a sunken, but of course we do need more lands. Play that Cavern. Hold off on Castle Garenbrig until the turn we can actually use its ability to play somebody big. Just because they could have that field, which would be quite painful indeed. Ghalta, well, we're a ways away from Ghalta. I'll get rid of the 2 creatures that they can see. Leave the Hornet Queen, Palani's Hatcher, and 4. Okay. Ouch. Okay, this is good. This is good. They're going to have some more discard, so I don't see us getting the Hornet Queen down, but you never know. You never know. Okay, phew. Maybe we've bought ourselves a little bit of time. I would I would hope we've bought ourselves a bit of time. But really now, come to think of it, Culling Ritual, potentially, if they've made a bunch of zombies, plus the Waste Knots, there's a lot of permanents that would be destroyed, which, you know, possibly could equal quite a bit of mana, upwards of 8, just straight up be able to play something like Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Okay. Fatal Pushes all around. It's lovely that Fatal Push is mostly useless against this. There's not a lot of things that it can hit. Just block them all. Block as much as possible. And get another Hornet Queen. Yes, please. Let's go. Man, I love this card. Oh boy. Phew, bust through that, buddy. If I could play Palani's Hatcher next turn, that would be ideal. I don't think I'm going to. So that's okay. Not too bad. Hey, we still got some creatures. We're stopping the onslaught. Oh, okay. Oh boy. Oh, it's going downhill. I like the looks of this. Attack with everything we can. They don't have any creatures, so we might as well get some damage in. We're at a decently healthy 10. Oh, have we done it? Not quite. Oh, Archdruid's Charm. Well, well, well. What do I want to search for? You know what? We'll attack them. We'll see what they do. I'll use Archdruids to search for a creature, I guess. Maybe take out a Waste Knot. Boy.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
I think that's it. Have I recovered? That is a splendid... yeah. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. Search for a creature to kill him. See you later. Good game. You ain't winning. I'm just gonna grab another Hornet Queen because I like it. I like it a lot. Peace. Could have played Palani's Hatcher, but Tyrranax Rex maybe. Sheoldred's Edict would have taken out Tyrranax Rex, and well, I don't know. They only have one card. It probably didn't matter, but they didn't like the Hornet Queen, so I'm gonna stick it to them just like those wasps are sticking this opponent painfully. But I have a Fatal Push for the 3/3. Okay, so Hive of the Eye Tyrant, gotta save yourself, buddy. That's pretty good if that's all you can do. Oh boy. Oh, I think.
You have no power here.
Ooh, okay. I took down Pooty once again. It's hard to stay positive in those scenarios. But was Hornet Queen not a pretty fantastic all-star that I thought it would be? Yeah. Did we get there? I mean, other than the mulliganing, which was quite unfortunate, it sometimes happens, but I still got there quite nicely without the Ulvenwald. So, Hornet Queen instead of Ulvenwald Hydra, I think I like it. Vorinclex really instead of Ulvenwald Hydra. Those are kind of the similar things, but starting off with the Hornet Queen kind of helped close with the mono-white humans. Going to be rough always with aggro, but also with this mono-black. Good. Ooh, excuse me. It's always nice to take down mono-black Waste Knot or anything that has a lot of spells that make you sacrifice creatures. And that's always quite painful, especially when you don't have early ones. The first creature you play might be maybe a Carnage Tyrant or a Tyrranax Rex, and then they go Sheoldred's Edict, and getting rid of it. It is sad because those creatures are so hard to get rid of, but yeah. Phew, that was a good one. They're all, well, they're maybe not all good, but I do have a good time. Where's that Vein Ripper though? Maybe I faced it enough that the algorithm wanted to give me a break or something like that. Perfect hand right there. Love it. Love it. Absolutely. Yeah. Sunken Citadel to start. Commune to grab another land if we need to. Well, 2 Sylvan Scryings. I can get behind that. 100%. Oh boy, I wonder if they have a piece of removal in their hand that is just going to sit there. Definitely the first Sylvan Scrying. We got to use it. Do I want to grab Castle? Do I want to grab... Not a forest. Okay, that was unfortunate. I did not mean to do that. I need a forest eventually for the future Castle Garenbrig if we're still alive and they drop the you-know-what. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's a card. That's a card, but we're not dead yet. All hope is not lost. Now we gotta get Castle. Underground Mortuary. We need a forest type for the Castle next turn. Might as well draw Ghalta, pack a punch with that, if at all possible. 1, 2. If we could get the Hornet Queen down, maybe we can save ourselves just barely. I did have a fantastic match against the Mere Vampires. They took me down to 1. Ooh, it was definitely deadly stuff. Yeah, it's got to be Vorinclex. Yeah, I like that with the reach. Could be Carnage Tyrant, but Vorinclex to stop the Vein Ripper. I think I like that instead. Yeah. Stop myself taking some damage. I'll only grab 1 forest. I'll keep 1 in the deck just in case they do play a Field of Ruin. I have enough lands at this point. Of course, I would imagine they put another counter on the Vein Ripper. It would be nice to trade with it, but I don't see that happening. If all that Vorinclex does is buy me time to get to the next turn for the Hornet Queen, and I don't have to take 8 damage, I think that's quite reasonable. I lose 2. We'll see. We'll see. It's going to be hard because that is a lot of little creatures that, potentially could die to... Okay. Oof. Now, the Gruul Spellbreaker, we're bringing that in. Like I said, if we face off against this deck, Archdruid's Charm, trim it. We need to make space for the Spellbreaker. Do I also like the Hornet Queen? I still do, with the Death Touchers, but I think for now I'll trim all or most to bring in this, which is more mainly pretty much just for this deck. Yeah, there we go. Vorinclex, let's do it. Oh, it would be lovely stuff. Vorinclex, activating that, getting a Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, putting Gruul Spellbreaker onto the battlefield. I have Hexproof. Vein Ripper's ability does nothing. That hand would do a whole lot of nothing with no lands, of course, though. Okay, that's... Yeah, it's okay. Good-ish. I can work with that. Okay, they're not too worried. Maybe they have a Thoughtseize, maybe they don't. I don't play too many early creatures, so they don't have to worry that much. Okay. Why take 2 if you don't have to? I would think... Carnage Tyrant, yeah, you're scared of that, aren't you? Hey, we're getting more lands. Eventually I will get into range of Vorinclex. Make 6 on turn 5. Certainly that is a little bit slow, but what could Commune grab? Sunken Citadel. Okay, it doesn't. Well, it's not the end of the world. We get something next turn, whether that's Regisaur or Vorinclex. If Vorinclex is still around, that's absolutely what I'm doing, 100%. Big time. Shieldred, a little bit rough. But, hey, Commune could grab a land, or Vorinclex could just grab 2 lands. I definitely like that. Oh boy. We can make 7, 8. We'll see. That's a little bit painful with the Damping Sphere. Hopefully seeing Archdruid's Charm. Not seeing Archdruid's Charm because I removed it. We'll wait. We'll wait. I think we might have a chance to activate Vorinclex. I'll take the 2. I'm fine with that. Still a pretty reasonable 14. The Gruul Spellbreaker. That's pretty good. Alright, as long as Vorinclex survives, we may just kill him. I hope. Doesn't seem like they have removal. I imagine they would have used Vorinclex, but they might be waiting for me to possibly activate his ability. I wonder if you're going to play the you-know-what. The Vein Ripper. Oh, wait. I can take 2. Cast it. You know you want to. Do it. Oh. Okay, here goes nothing. Activate the ability. Go time. Can't activate the ability. Huh. Odd. 6. Oh yeah. Never mind. The Damping Sphere. Oops. Now, let's see what Commune gets. Now, okay, maybe I won't live. Now, Cavernous Souls is ready to go. Next turn I'll do it. Maybe. Okay, hopefully it's not 2 stomps. 2 stomps would be very painful. Cross your fingers they don't have another stomp. Oh boy. Don't do it. Play the Vein Ripper. Vein Ripper. Not too bad. No. Not dead yet. What are they doing? Phew. Attack with one thing. Come on. Okay. Vorinclex, live. You can do it. No Shieldred's Edict. No bitter whatchamacallit. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, 2. Hopefully they don't have go time. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Let's do it. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. We hit it. Folks, we hit it. Tyrranax Rex. Hasty. Always hasty. Let's go. I'm at 2. Bing, bang, boom. Dead. Haste that. Yes, please. Let's go. Okay. Whoa. Surprise. Oh, man. Pretty fantastic stuff. I don't know about you, but would Ulvenwald Hydra have achieved what Vorinclex achieved? I don't think so. And that's pretty fantastic. We know for a fact that Vorinclex would have been Ulvenwald. Would have been quite a bit different. Okay. Whew. I'm glad I have a fantastic example as fantastic as that. Now we just have to do it again, but It is that dastardly Vein Ripper. Huh. And the Damping Sphere as well. I'm kind of tempted to go with Culling Ritual just because it is so painful. That thing. Hornet Queen, I think we take out. Bring in one Archdruid's Charm at the very least, have some potential of taking that out. Maybe a T-Rex. One Culling Ritual. I don't want to do all the T-Rexes. Okay, now we have two chances. Two things that could take out, excuse me, that Damping Sphere. But, that was a good one. Mulligan. Oh, okay. It's gonna get better at some point. It's not gotten better. Well, we found something. I would imagine this, well, it's gonna go a little bit downhill, but you never know. They might not go Thoughtseize on turn 1. Hey, I will be getting to go Sylvan Scrying or up the Beanstalk. If they have a Thoughtseize, well, okay. It slowed us down a little bit, but at the very least, I get my land for next turn. I get that Sunken Citadel. That's going to be painful. I'm going to hope I see an Archdruid's Charm or something down the line. Okay, okay. We'll get there. Stay positive and be ready. But yeah, that Damping Sphere it's not fun. Also the Gruul Spellbreaker. Ugh. Needing that red, I was a little bit worried. Because sometimes early on I do not have it. Cavern of Souls is for Dinosaurs, so sometimes the Spellbreaker does not fit. Or something else kind of like that. Cheap. Okay, I mean, could be good. Would be good if we get that Archdruid's Charm. Let's do it. I think that might be what I do. 4 Archdruids, maybe in the sideboard, something like that. Underground Mortuary, we're getting somewhere. You never know. I draw an Archdruids, take out Damping Sphere, maybe get Ghalta, Stampede Tyrant, somebody good. Something. Okay, two Vein Rippers is pretty good, It's not the first time I've faced off against Damping Sphere. It's not super common, that's why I'm not too worried, but I mean, when it does happen, it is going to hurt the main plan and certainly slow me down. Painfully. Vorinclex, 100% staying in. Maybe I just focus on beating them up. I've always wondered about that. If the Vein Ripper does the Vein Ripper thing, maybe I have Pick Your Poison to force them to sacrifice it, but then sometimes maybe they don't even get the Vein Ripper early and then Pick Your Poison just kind of sitting there. Also, we could make them sacrifice an artifact as well. So they could sacrifice the Damping Sphere, but then I think often enough, they have the Blood Tithe Harvester with the blood tokens, which they would just sacrifice towards Pick Your Poison. So it would be nicer if it was some sort of targeted removal. Absolutely. Aldeflu. Sounds familiar. Pretty sure I've faced it before. I like the looks of that. Sunken Citadel, Commune. Oh, good stuff. Grab the next land, hopefully draw it. Oh, okay, well, hopefully they don't counter it. I bet they will. Oh, you can't. Oh my goodness. They let us get a Castle Garenbrig. Now they're going to be kicking themselves if they had a counter spell. We'll get it burnt on up the Beanstalk if that's the case. Do it. Good. Good. Less potential counters for the Sylvan Scryngs, which I definitely want to happen. Or just increase the chance of it happening. Oh boy. Next turn. Carnage Tyrant, hopefully no Field of Ruin. Don't you guys jinx it. Memory Deluge, that's fine. Now we're playing one of 3 Carnage Tyrants. Boom, boom, boom. Hornet Queen, not the most helpful against Azorius Control, but still pretty decent. And we got that Cavern of Souls, lovely stuff. So now I can play almost Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Surprise. What you gonna do? That's pretty decent. I wonder if they're gonna sweep me next turn. That would be perfectly fine. I can go with Regisaur Alpha, maybe Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, and then they would just be dead that turn with the other 2 hasty Carnage Tyrants. Any number of things. Shark Typhoon is something. Although I'm kind of tempted to just do another Sylvan Scryn. Set up for Ghalta. I'm pretty sure I want to set up for Ghalta. Let's do that. Commercial District, might as well see what's on top. Another castle, just in case they have that Field of Ruin. We'll save the Sylvan Scrying there. Maybe we see a sweeper, but I think they probably have to, being at 11. It's getting desperate. Farewell. Oh, Supreme Verdict, not too bad. They lose the Flying Shark that they made. And now they might just lose. I would imagine they have removal for Regisaur Alpha. Okay. Well, there you go. That's not exactly what you want to do. We don't need Hornet Queen. Well, they're dead, but we just we don't need Hornet Queen. Yeah, if only they would have waited, and then they could have taken out Regisaur Alpha. I wouldn't have been attacking with any creature I put out. Then maybe they had a sweeper in their hand and they would have swept me and not been dead, but they got worried. Maybe they thought the ability wouldn't happen because Ghalta died, but it was too late by that point and by the time it lands. Fortunately. Yeah, Earthshaker Dreadmaw. Like I said, Hornet Queen not too helpful. Certainly Earthshaker could be much more helpful with this. A pretty straightforward switch right there, and also nice having another creature, excuse me, with a mana value of 6 versus the Hornet Queen 7. Something else I can play a little bit easier. It's not the best to play Earthshaker Dreadmaw on turn 4, but if it came to that, maybe it would make sense. We'll have a lot of cards in this one. Up the Beanstalk plus Earthshaker. Ooh, it's going to be deadly. Oh boy. I kind of like that. I do like seeing Archdruid's Charm. It's no Sunken Citadel, but hey, Underground Mortuary, and you saw what I made work the previous. No. Well, we might need that Sylvan Scrying. I would imagine it's going to be countered, but might as well. If Commune is going to be getting us our second land, I think there's going to be... Okay. Another Underground Mortuary is a little bit wacky. I would have expected some other land. Definitely keeping that forest on top. So if we could go with the first Sylvan Scrying, one of them, that would be ideal. We'll see what they have. Get the counterspell again. Burnt on Up the Beanstalk. Okay. Maybe, potentially, they think I value Up the Beanstalk more, but they must be suspecting that Sylvan Scrying is more helpful. Chrome Host Seed Shark. Well, that is not too much of a problem. We're grabbing Castle, which we go with it, and we play up the Beanstalk and hope they don't have a Spell Pierce. Good. Oh, well, it's not a land. Possibly if I draw it next turn, I would be able to play Carnage Tyrant. Oh, Field of Ruin is, well, it is painful. But hey, again, Archdruids could grab me the Castle Garenbrig that I'm looking for, or I draw it. That's always very fun. I'm tempted to go up the Beanstalk to see if I draw it. Nah, I'll leave it with Archdruid's Charm. Good. Now we're safe to go Archdruid's Charm. They're tapped out. Perfection. Wait for the right moment and hope they don't have another Field of Ruin. Yeah, that would not be fun at all. Probably try, hopefully, a Tyrranax Rex next turn. If I draw another land. Okay, well, Carnage Tyrant, get a card draw, play the thing that they can deal with the least. Maybe they sweep next turn, I go double up the Beanstalk. That'd be pretty nice. I imagine they'll want to transform that artifact thing there. Probably. Something like that. Hopefully I don't have to worry too much about the Chrome Host Seed Shark, but it is getting pretty big and certainly pretty painful. To Fairy, it's kind of rough. They will be able to transform one of those. So we gotta watch out. They could also have a counter spell, but I think that's probably what might happen. We'll test the waters. We'll see what up the Beanstalk gets. Okay, I like that. Good stuff. Commercial District. Might as well. It enters tapped. We see, hey, I don't need a Regisaur Alpha for the third up the Beanstalk that I play. Okay. Pressure to Fairy. Take out one of those Transformer token guys. But I can make 7 at the moment. If I drew another land next turn, if it was Cavern of Souls, I could possibly play 9, 10. Oh, math is hard. Those darn tokens. Okay, well, oops. Can't win them all, but hey, we'll get them. We'll get them. If we can make one land work, a Sunken and a Castle Garenbrig, and pairing everything, we're going to do it. I love it. I love making risky hands like that work. Depending what is all in the mixture, it can come together quite nicely. Often enough, at least for me. Yep, perfect. 100%. Don't even need to think about it. We've got a castle, a bunch of lands. Wait and see what we draw. They wouldn't be able to counter Commune with one land even if it was untapped. Okay. Well, it's not a Sunken, but we're certainly grabbing a land. Go with Underground Mortuary. See what... I don't think I need Regisaur. We got Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. I'm fine with that. And I want to possibly draw that... draw the Sunken Citadel. Another Regisaur is something. Hey, no more lies. That's alright. We'll get there. Sunken Citadel should be coming up pretty soon. Or Sylvan's Scrying to grab the Sunken, or Commercial District will be in range of a Carnage Tyrant, and definitely a Vorinclex. Oh boy. Now we could stick Vorinclex if I named Phyrexian for Cavern of Souls, which I absolutely am not doing. Now the question becomes, would they have a... You know what, we're going to name Dinosaur Sylvan's Scrying, so I have 3 extra mana for No More Lies if they have it. Oh! They might have it. They might have had it. They might not. I think this is worth it. Okay. Maybe they were planning on Wandering Emperor, but it would have been nice to go with Sunken that turn. But I had to possibly dodge another No More Lies. Looks like they're going on the aggressive side of things. That is going to be not too bad. I'm not super worried. They only have 1 mana left. Probably doing their map token there, getting a little bit desperate. At least they will have some creature next turn. Some creature being Carnage Tyrant. Maybe they're looking for a sweeper. Sweep me. Do it. I dare ya. Interesting. If they sweep, they might just be dead next turn to the Ghalta, and, well, there you go. What you gonna do? Farewell. Shark Typhoon. You can't do that. Can't do that. Good. Die. 1 turn. See you later. Ooh, that's scary stuff. Ghalta. Schmalta. Beat 'em up. Alta. Goodbye. You die. Oh, I love that. Oh. I love when they cast Farewell because they're tapped out. I love when they cast Shark Typhoon because they're tapped out. I know, I gotta say, I'm still continuing to be surprised, but I think it's good because, you know, I try little changes. I try to grind as many matches with specific stuff. The Blossoming Tortoise, Scorpion, many of us saw when I used that for a bit, and it still has good potential, but it became pretty clear specifically with that. The earliest I could play Blossoming Tortoise with this list is turn 4, but oftentimes I can make 6 on turn 4 with the combination of stuff, so it might as well be a creature that costs 5 or 6. And then Blossoming Tortoise sometimes milling really good stuff that I wanted. But also I might not even have a Castle Garenbrig, and Blossoming Tortoise might not even mill a land to put onto the battlefield. And like I mentioned, I think in my Blossoming Tortoise video, Blossoming Tortoise's worst case scenario is really bad. It mills a bunch of cards, and that's it. Painful, painful. I think so. I think so at some point. That hard to set up here for sure. It is certainly a pretty small desk. I think most of you guys have seen it before. Yeah. We definitely need to get it going. Okay, at least one more match tonight. It's Friday. Maybe one more. Nah, I think I'll leave it there for now. I want to record the voiceover for the fantastic Dimir Vampires. They took me down to 1 life, and then I played Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, and I okay. Scorpion, for you, we're doing another match. Let's go. Actually, I'm just going to get a drink while we let whoever wait, but I'll be back. Oh, I appreciate that. Definitely. Absolutely appreciate it. But I don't exactly appreciate this hand. It's kind of nice to see all those. Okay, that's fantastic. the one of Arc Druids, the one sunken. Maybe it's okay. Well, we might be dead. A yearly test? I don't think we have a yearly test for our cars. No, I've never tested it. No. Not for us. I just drive my car and take it in to get serviced, oil changed, and whatnot whenever I need to. Cavernous Souls, it's a little bit rough. Unfortunate that I couldn't find that Castle Garenbrig, but at least I get to go up to Beanstalk and decimate this opponent with Culling Ritual. Huh. I guess it's not a terrible thing to have to do. I guess a little bit of a hassle. I was a little bit worried with this being the deck it is, Ensoul artifact. So you do see the Archdruid's Charm, but you also see that unfortunately I can't cast it, and I am big time dead. There's nothing much you can do about that. Painful. Huh. That's interesting. I guess it all depends where you take it, whether it is the dealership that you buy your car from, which if it is out of warranty, it's probably pretty good to take it to somewhere else. A little bit better, I guess you could say. Probably a better price, I would imagine, at other garages. Garages. Huh. It's hard. Eventually a car gets to a point where the repairs cost so much, but you like it, but then you can't. Do you go through the hassle of looking for another car even though the repairs and the worth of the car are roughly similar? Eventually my car will get to that, but we'll see. I like seeing the Archdruid's Charm on top. That's why I kept it. I have my Sunken Citadel perfectly fine, and the one Commune which should grab the land that I need. Castle Garenbrig being fantastic. It will enter untapped next turn. Archdruids will search for the second Sunken. Maybe we're just dead. You never know. We'll find out. Ooh. Yeah, definitely. I would imagine with a gearbox, there's probably other things. Ooh. And maybe just to start, that's the cost. But then it could balloon to being even more expensive, painful. Yeah, I guess I'll go with Archdruids. I was a little bit worried that maybe they have some sort of counterspell up their sleeve. Yeah. Well, we got to give it a go and hope that's not the case. Victor, how's it going? Hopefully all is well with you. It's going pretty good tonight. Some pretty aggressive decks. Bashed my classic Azorius Control in just previously, so quite happy about that. Trying to think if I want Vorinclex, Carnage Tyrant. Vorinclex is probably could be bounced maybe. Carnage Tyrant I think would be the best thing to buy time. Go with Commune to dig for a Ghalta Stampede Tyrant and kill him. Busy. Hopefully busy in a good way, but just in general, that does happen. Life definitely happens. I should know it's 2 kids. Some of you guys have kids. It's hard to make time for stuff. Okay, maybe they don't have another shrapnel blast in their hand. You never know. Oh, flying. Okay. Well, I didn't have Culling Ritual, sadly. That would have been good. It's an aggressive deck, a very budget deck, which hey, that's okay. It's a good time. It's not like I'm completely unprepared for a deck like that. Cheap stuff. Almost got there. We knew the opponent was potentially going to be dead, but flying stuff. The Hornet Queen would have absolutely saved me against that. Yeah, that's all right. And starting off with the Hornet Queen, like it helped against that first match against Mono White Humans. I didn't win, but just sticking it scared away most of the aggression from that opponent. If I had held back Carnage Tyrant and Ghalta, it would have been pretty good, but Hornet Queen does the trick. That particular deck, Izzet Ensoul artifacts, not a lot of those creatures have tramples, so a flying Death Toucher certainly packs a punch, I would imagine. Okay, oh, good stuff, Victor. Happy to hear it. Eventually, I will get into in person. I'm still looking forward to the day I go down to my local game store and then I pretend like I don't know anything. I say, oh, I saw some stuff on YouTube and I saw some dinosaurs and they look cool, and I put it together, and I don't like the white and blue deck that makes my stuff disappear. Use all the wrong terminology, really. That is what I'm quite excited about. Pretty excited about this hand though. We got the Sunken. I'll take it. Maybe get another Sunken Citadel, or any other land would be fine. Vorinclex, a creature with reach. Quite nice indeed. Hey, eventually I will play some more Commander. Some of us will play at some point, I would think. Probably. Maybe once I get an actual room, a nice setup. Oh. What did I just draw? It enters tapped, but hey, now all of a sudden I can make 7 next turn. If I draw a land that enters untapped and they've done their thing, they would die to Ghalta. That's what it's all about. You never know what you're going to get with this deck, but you know it is going to be impactful. Hey, that's good. You want to like what you're doing, whatever it is. I am kind of excited to build a Commander deck at some point. I did it a little bit with Arena here. Historic Brawl certainly is quite fun, mixing and matching. I should make a Commander channel. Yeah. It is the most popular format. Absolutely. But I think I would prefer it in person, even though, we can play it over camera. We'll see. We'll see if the opponent kills me next turn. I don't think that's going to be the case. I am pretty sure they're just going to die. Search the library. Okay. Commune is a little bit different. We look at the top. I did forget about the scenario, but hey, Commune is not searching. Phew. There we go. There they die. How many phoenixes do you have in the graveyard? Not much. So you die. Whew. I guess it would be pretty good. A Commander being so popular. Yeah, I could see that. The quality of spell table probably being pretty nice. Oh, you're going to double up on Fiery Impulse, or you're going to do a Lightning Axe and Fiery Impulse double whammy. Oh, you got Galvanic Iteration to double up on a Fiery Impulse. They're not dealing 18 to me this turn, I can tell you that. They have to do their thing but their thing is tapping a bunch of mana, which means Ghalta happens. Oh, I just love seeing an opponent knowing they're dead. Okay. That is nice to know. Absolutely. Big creatures, crazy ramp, and maybe some crazy expensive cards, unfortunately. Okay, I'll take out the Ledger Shredder. I think they're surprised that Vorinclex has reach. They maybe forgot about that. Huh. Huh. Oh, hey. I'm having fun either way. If I wasn't having fun, absolutely, I would have stopped doing this pretty much every single day years ago. But I am continuing to have a good time. All the time. Especially when this happens and you kill the opponent in one turn. Ooh. Extra dead. Dead in many scenarios. They're probably mad that I have to take time cracking the eggs. Like, just get it over with. Send a message again, attacking with the dinosaur eggs. Phew. It is kind of funny. It's also extra funny if you can power up those dinosaur eggs, which Domri Anarch of Bolas I think is basically a given in all commander decks, probably if you're in those colors, maybe. I would imagine Domri Anarch of Bolas is pretty standard, but other things that give your creatures +1/+0, that is a very good idea for, well, a deck like this or an aggro deck. Lots of creatures. We give +1/+0 to Hornet Queen. This is 5 creatures in one, so it's 5 power with one of those. Excuse me, and then you play this. Well. It is. That, oh, I'm playing Izzet Phoenix, the top deck. I can pretty nicely take down Izzet Phoenix. It doesn't matter who's playing it, it all does the same thing. It's not like it magically is more consistent. Maybe it is, depending on the pilot, but for the most part it's the exact same. So if, I'm good against Control and Izzet Phoenix, that's a big part of the meta. Just not so much tonight, or today, with all the Vein Rippers and the Rakdos Vampires. Yeah. A herd of dinosaurs come crashing through, nothing they can do. The mage is all ready to trade. They're used to grinding it out against a wide range of opponents. Oh, you played a Shieldred, and then we lightning axe the Shieldred, and we go back and forth and back and forth. I'm ready for you. But who is ready for that? Nobody. Nobody. I did look at the Crazy Mole. The Crazy Mole would leave a hole in the opponent's life total. That's it. That's all I got. But Holy Moly Dinosaur. That, I think, is going to be the name of the stream or the deck if I sprinkle in Anzarg. I think Anzarg sounds funnier, and it sounds funny to purposely butcher names and keep a straight face. But Anzarg, the mole guy. Mole and Xenagos would be quite ouch. Huh. The one red from Anzarg. Now I'm going to actually think that's his name. Anzrag. The mole guy. Easy enough. Let's move away from that. But the mole guy. Needing the one red, I could see a lot of cases where I can't cast it on turn 4. Might be part of the package of Ghalta, maybe. Dinosaurs. Oh. Anzarg. Dinosaurs. Oh, I like that. I like Zeds. Z's. Depending where you're from. I always call it Z, but I think that is more often in the US, I'm pretty sure. Give me a perfect hand, why don't you? Pretty much perfect. 2 Ghalta Stampede Tyrants. Well, I want to see it as much as possible, and I still don't see it as often as I want. That's perfectly reasonable. If that happens, we're good, especially when the hand starts off with a Sunken and a Castle Garenbrig. We're good. Maybe. I like it. Go up the Beanstalk next turn. Maybe. Or we just go a Sunken Citadel. Has to enter tapped. Next turn is Castle Garenbrig. 2 Sunkens are the 2 mana we need for that thing right there. You say Z, okay. Z. I always thought because it's V, you should say Z because they kind of rhyme, both of them having E sounds. Oh man, they're so dead. 3 land, 6 green. Doesn't always happen, but I think it happens often enough. It happens more often than not. Yeah. Get that underground mortuary. Kill him. Kill him next turn. Oh, you have a crackling drake. I'm so scared. Oh boy. Okay. I'd never really looked into that, but my kids watch Miss Rachel, a classic kids show. For any of you guys that have kids or know about it, yeah. And it's lovely seeing them mouse over. How the heck did that person play Carnage Tyrant? They only tapped 3 lands. That's pretty good. Yeah, it is pretty good. But yeah, Miss Rachel, based out of New York. They have all the American sayings, and here's me saying you're dead. You're dead. Oh, what a beautiful sight indeed. Peace. Ooh.
Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
Maybe it's not revenge. Maybe it's revenge for some of you guys that have been dealt a painful hand by Izzet Phoenix. Bye. Thanks for playing. It might sound like I'm confident, but that is absolutely the case. You would be confident if you kept beating a certain type of deck over and over again. You just know what you can do. You got to stay positive. You go down to 12, you go down to 8 or 4, but you know the potential that can happen. Dead. 1 turn, you're at full health. It doesn't matter. You're not safe. You're usually never safe. You could be at 30 health, still dead. 40. I've done that before. You got a little bit of life gain. Oh, I'm going to survive. No, you're not going to survive. That's the thing. The lovely thing. Yeah. All right. We'll leave it there for now. Fantastic to end off on a few more positive notes. You know, good examples all around, getting there pretty consistently. We'll see. We're getting there. It's almost finished, at least for me. But thanks for watching. Victor, Scorpion, JDX. Anybody else? Nobody else tonight, but have a good one. Have a good time with your Commander games. I hope that we play it at some point here. Hopefully I play it in person. Yes. Peace. See you later.